one man down here. Do excuse me, laying down, bad legs, fucking head's just going and going and going. And I've got these moments again, so I'll just talk about it. And what's got my goat is this situation with the drones taking things into the prison and things like that, and how it's become a crisis. Not being rude, guys. This is to the Parliament. Yeah, your prison system has been shit for years. When it comes to these drones getting into the prison, you should have been ready fucking ages ago. Do you really think it wasn't coming? Next thing is, they're going to get those ones that's going to be big enough to carry a person. Yeah, they might even have their own exit music just to piss you off and go do 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 do. I don't know. You have to make some sort of freaking harness out of your bloody clothes or something like that, just so you don't fall. Imagine trying to hang on to that over the fence. It's going to be a bit of a bastard, isn't it? But they're talking about these drones and how they're getting the stuff into the prisons and things like that. I can remember when I was younger. I've lived in an area where a lot of guys they've been through the pen. Start with Parva, that sort of thing. And they all saw it as a joke. Used to just laugh their heads off. They used to get into trouble, get 6 months, blah blah blah. The prison system is nothing more than a fucking joke. You might lock them up, but you don't really punish or rehabilitate. They call them rehabilitation centres. Yeah, who for? For the guys in there to turn whoever's in there into better criminals than what they were, because that's why they got caught. I don't know. I was talking about one guy who didn't do as he's told, right, and he got burnt with sugar and things like that, and because he wouldn't accept this drone delivery through his window. If you're in the pen in the first place, mate, and some big bad motherfucker comes up to you and says, deliver, if that shit comes through, you're taking hand of it. You're in the pen anyway, who gives a shit? Keep yourself safe. Yeah, try and get a couple of cheeky splits with it at the same time. Yes, mate. Yeah, do I get mine now or do I have to wait? You know what I mean? The harsh places. If you're one of these little rude boys who think you're gangster and you've not been to the pen yet, yeah, do yourself a favour. If you do go to the pen, get yourself the emergency PPE, and that's the biggest bottle of lube you've ever fucking had. Yeah, because at some point you're going to take it up the arse one way or the other, and if you say no, then more fool you. Don't fuck about these disorder guys. Yeah, and just because they're in the pen doesn't mean I'm judging them. There's many a man that wears a fucking suit that could be a judge, even an ex-prime minister or a current prime minister, that are just as bad, but they have the money to hide what they do. But yeah, let's get back to these drone things. It was a joke. Yeah, they've been taking the piss out of the system for a long, long time, and I talk about from my dreams this idea of a one-man cell. I've done the stories and things like that, but the idea is you get time to yourself. Yeah, and if you do get visitation rights, it's that glass thing like they have in the prison. Remember that film where the woman put her boobies on? Yeah, that's bloody famous, isn't it? Yeah, that sort of thing. If you're going to punish someone, punish them. But like I said, to this country and the people that run it, yeah, your prison system and also your police service, the keeping people safe, is nothing more than a fucking joke. I've got plans for this bloody one man cell in my head to the outside and everything else like that. It would take someone to just help me out, yeah? But you talk about putting someone in a cell on their own and giving basic to begin with. Bread that's got all the minerals and everything in it and a water. Make it taste off to begin with so it's a bit fucking annoying. You know what I mean? And that's all they get. And they got this task on this, say, screen. And it comes every morning. Yeah? Hello, good morning, bloody. It's time for your rehabilitation centre. If they don't do it, all they get is that bread and water. They get to stay in that cell. They don't go out. They don't get no privileges, no cigarettes, no fuck all. Yeah, you can have your toothpaste, but we'll do it on a system where I don't know. There's your toothbrush. There's your lot for the day. I don't know, something like that. But if they sit down and do this task and do what they're told to help rehabilitate them back into the system, yeah, or just be nice to someone and keep out of the way. Oh, I lost myself. Do excuse me. But yeah, but in this cell, and they do as they're told, maybe give them a nice dinner. Give them privileges to see your family, even if it is just on the phone. Yeah, but if they don't do none of that, they don't get fuck all. You can stay in that under that rock and rot, basically. And for those that are really, really, really bad, and you know full well you're never going to go out and you're going to sit in that cell for the rest of your life, yeah, I think it's only right we offer them a choice: red or blue pill. The red one just sends you to sleep. Nothing's going to hurt you, anything else like that. You just go to sleep. I'm off. See ya. I'm not staying in this fucking hole for that long. You know what I mean? Uh, but let's be honest, human rights will be all over that. Oh, you can't do something like that. They might disturb somebody else's human rights by taking their life away, beating them up, burning them, or whatever. But you can't do that to them. That is not right. It's like when it comes to people, when it comes to the prison system, isn't it only right that you consider, you look at the human rights and what they've taken away from somebody else? Prison is supposed to be there to change people around, to say, look, what you did is wrong, we're not going to accept it anymore. But like I said many a times before, the system is just a joke. They've been doing it for freaking years. The drone was just the extra bit of something to get whatever into prison anyway. Even without the drones, they still would get it in regardless. So if you had a one-man fucking cell, yeah, where you can control who they see, what they do, what they eat, how they behave. If they don't want to behave, they want to wipe shit all over the walls. Who gives a fuck? Just hose it down when they're half asleep. I had like visions of Visit or the thing off South Park, the two brothers. Shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. And you got them coming out the corners in little peepholes. So when he's half asleep, shut your fucking face, Uncle Fucker, and really piss him off and just keep going. You can just imagine them pretending to be asleep. So when they come out, you can try and get them really quick. Ah, you bastard! But yeah, that'd be against human rights. You couldn't do things like that. Makes me laugh how you see on the television how they can't control it. It makes me fucking laugh. You're telling me you can't have some sort of freaking EMP on top of a prison that only surrounds the prison? Yeah? Just as a deterrent. All these clever minds, all this money, and they just seem totally docile when it comes to actually punishing a person or stopping them from getting their drugs and doing this and doing that. It's gonna happen. Someone's gonna try to grab hold of a big fuck off drone. Whee! Off we go. Do 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 do. See you lads. Do 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 do. You know what I mean? Don't matter if they fall or not. They're never. It doesn't matter. So Parliament. Yeah, it's about time you started looking at your country and what's going wrong. There's crises all over the place. They called it a prison crisis. Fucking hell, these guys have been doing this shit for years. They're bloody professionals. Didn't you know that? Anybody wants the idea for this one man bloody prison cell? Give me a shout. You know what I mean? I'm more than happy to pass it on.